In middle school, my best jump was 5 feet 8 inches. The highest I've jumped was 6 feet 7 inches. That was this last year at college. And then in high school, my best was 6 feet 6 inches. A high jump takes a lot of practice. It's very technical. There's a lot of technique that goes along with it. It's very mental. It gets in your head very easily. I had several goals that I had in high school. First one was to break the school record, because I set goals on a daily basis, like sports, school, everything. After winning state my freshman year, I set a new goal was to win state championship all 4 years that I could. And it didn't happen, but that was the goal I set, and that's what I worked towards. I only won high jump twice, and then had the 4x1 state championship once. A bunch of people helped me set my goals. A bunch of people helped me succeed them at the same time. My parents were probably my #1 motivating factor. In 8th grade, I started working with the high school team, and I was blessed to have the best coach I could have asked for in high school. In my opinion, she's the best high school jumps coach in the state. And in my opinion, confidence is the #1 thing that helps me through a meet. Every time I walked into a meet, I had the confidence in myself to think I'd walk in and say, I'm the best here. I would want to prove myself right is basically what it was. I would convince myself that nobody was going to beat me. I've lost before, but you don't ever want, if you ever go into anything saying you're going to lose, you're most likely going to lose. It's an attitude you kind of have. I go into college meets all the time where I'm not the best. I've jumped against high school national champions, Olympians. I jumped against 2 Olympians that were in the Olympics this year. And I walked in and still telling myself I'm the best here, and I knew that I wasn't. But I convinced myself before I jumped that I was. And that's what helps me to do the best that I can in those situations. The #1 hardest thing was overcoming my own mental breakdowns. You've had a bad 2 meets, and you're expected to come back the next week and do as best you can. That was extremely difficult for me. To be honest, there's a couple times when I thought to myself, I don't know if I want to do this anymore, because it was so hard. But I've never been one to quit at anything, and so I kept going and kept pushing myself to be the best that I could be. One of my favorite quotes, even though it's a really cliche, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And it's very true, because there's people that I've beaten that are much more talented than me, but I've worked harder than they have. When it's over, it's over. And you might as well look back on it saying that you're the best that you possibly could have been. 5 years down the road, are you going to be satisfied with what you've done in the last 4? It'll make you or break you. Sports will. And so you gotta have the right attitude all the time. But it's helped me a lot in academics, because I've always pushed myself in sports, and I've constantly pushed myself in academics as well, because that's just my mindset. Winning a conference championship here at CSU would be great. That's my #1 goal. That's what I'm working for right now. But once you fail, you've got to get back up, because the more you dwell on it, the harder it is for you to get over it. When I won state my freshman year, the kid who beat me at conference this last year got 8th place. And he came back and beat me by 4 inches. And you can tell that he took failure and he turned that around and used it for motivation.